Hello beauties, welcome to my channel. My name is Anel. Today's video is going to be all about makeup brushes. So I just wanted to start off with the basics. Number one, I feel everybody should have a beauty blender. Beauty blenders are great for blending in foundation and for blending in concealers. Also, when you do a cream highlight, they're good for blending those in, and they're also good to blend in your base color, like when you use MAC Painterly or MAC Soft Ochre. It's a good idea to blend it out so it's all evenly distributed. So the Beauty Blender has many uses. So I use this one, and I use the smaller one for underneath my eyes and for the highlighted points of my face. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. There are many different ways to clean your Beauty Blender and your brushes. You could do it with just baby shampoo, and that's every week or every 2 weeks max you should clean your brushes. The Beauty Blender I clean every day just because I wet it every day before putting on my makeup. There's also a expensive alternative called the Beauty Blender Solid. This will clean your beauty blenders and it will clean your makeup brushes. And it's pretty much, it looks like this inside. It has this where you could swirl around your brushes and your beauty blender, but really you could take that off and just use this kind of solution that helps clean the brushes, deep clean them. So the Solid is really good. It's just a little bit expensive. Another cheap alternative is called the Real Techniques Deep Cleansing Gel. They sell this at Walgreens, and it's really good. I've used it a lot of times. You just put a pump into your hand and swirl the brushes around to clean them. So it's just important to clean your brushes once a week or once every 2 weeks max. After you're done wetting them and cleaning them, make sure you don't hang them straight up like this, because the water will go down and break up the bristles and ruin your brush. So make sure they're either flat or laying like this. I usually put like a fan right next to it so they'll dry faster, because they do take like a day or two to dry completely. So I'm just going to hop right into it with the brushes. These brushes are just brushes that I use that help me achieve the looks that I want to achieve when I do my makeup. So the first one that I use is the Morphe M439 brush. This is great at buffing in your foundation. It's a wonderful brush. I'll link all the brushes below, and I'm also going to link all the products that I used on my face today to get this look, if anybody's interested. So this is the first brush. Typically I'll run to this if I'm using my Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation, because that one is a little bit thicker and it does blend better with this brush than with a beauty blender. My next brush, I don't really have a lot of face brushes, but my next brush that I highly recommend is the Sephora Pro Dome Stippling Brush. It's the 41 brush. What I do is I use this when I'm doing a contour, my cream contour. When I put the cream contour here and over here, this really blends it out really fast and evenly and beautiful. So this is a wonderful, wonderful brush for that. The next brush that I use is my Nars ITA brush. It's very expensive. If you guys can't afford this, you can get a Hula bronzer, and it comes with a little brush that looks just like this. It's just a short little stick, so it's harder to work with. This one's easier to work with for contouring, so I would highly recommend it. There's some bad reviews on Sephora about it, but I highly recommend it. It doesn't shed hair like it says on the website, and it's just really good for getting a contour. And when you do contour, don't contour up here and then all the way down here. Just focus most of it right there, and you'll find that it's a really good brush. Okay, so that's pretty much it for face brushes for me. What I do for overall powder, like at the end when I'm done with my look and I just take like a setting powder, I use this Sephora Pro featherweight powder brush. It's really big, it's really soft, it just you know, I just pick up the loose powder and just press it onto my face with this, and it just sets the whole look. It's a fabulous brush. My next brush is the Sephora Bronzer number 44 brush. This one's really good just to kind of, you know, swirl around and bronze your face. I highly recommend it. And I'm going to move now on to the eye brushes. First brush is the Sephora Pro brush as well. It's the Pro Tapered Crease number 19 brush. It's a fluffy brush. I use this for my first transition color, and you hold it at the bottom here to really get, you know, some loose control there to really get your transition color just blended. It's a wonderful brush for that purpose. It's beautiful. It's lasted me forever. The next brush that I use is the MAC 224 brush. This one I use also to go ahead and put my second transition color on. It's a little bit smaller, the base, and it's very you know, buildable and soft, and it's just a must-have brush when it comes to blending and doing you know, your what is it called when you're doing your base coat or your transitioning color. This is really good to blend everything in. Next brush that I use is the MAC. This is the I think it's rubbed off, 239. The MAC 239 brush. I just used it today. I pack on the color right there with it. It's a flat shader brush. It's awesome at MAC 239 at packing on color. I just packed on the color Coppering from MAC onto the outer portion of my lids. So this is a must-have as well. My next must-have and awesome brush is the MAC 133 brush. This one's kind of new. This is what I use for my cheeks. It's soft, it's beautiful. I just dust this on top of my highlight or my bronzer and my blush. I put it right there. I mean, I use this for my blush, but I put it on top of the bronzer and the contour, and it's just smooth, it's beautiful, it works great. The next brush that I highly recommend is the MAC 242 brush. This is a flat brush. It is just completely flat, and it's perfect for pigments. So like these pigments, this is the tan pigment by MAC. So what I would do is I take my MAC Fix Plus, spray it onto my flat brush, dip it into the pigment, and then I would place it on my eye all around, and it just gives this beautiful, beautiful finish. It's a must-have brush. Next brush I'm going to go to is the MAC 221 brush. This is a tiny, thin blending brush. It is perfect for cut creases and for getting right in there. I mean, if you're getting a dark color right in there, it is the best brush for that. This is fairly new as well. I highly, highly recommend it. It's the MAC 221. There's also the MAC 286 brush. This is also a blending brush. It's just a little bit softer and less bristles, so this really moves product around a lot, so it's a really good brush. I recommend this also for eyeshadowing. I recommend the MAC 215 brush for smudging out the eye, like the under eye area, which I never do because when I try to do it, I tear a lot. My eyes are very sensitive, so I have to be very careful. So all I ever do on my under eyes is black gel liner and mascara on the bottom. Unfortunately, I can never put any powders or anything, so I don't really use this brush a lot, but it is the 215, and if you do get it or have it, that's what it's good for smudging out the color on the bottom. of the lashes. The next MAC brush or brush that I think is great is the MAC 217. This is a more dense blending brush. It's great for packing on color too. It's great for, you know, contouring the nose, which I don't really do that as well either. And it's also great for precision blending, like in the outer V of your eye. Very nice, very beautiful brush. I think we're getting pretty close there. This is the Anastasia number 20 brush. This one has a spoolie at the end. If you're using the dip brow pomade, this is a great brush because you could dip it into the pomade, take the excess off in your hand, and it just very precisely just like will line your eyebrows and make everything look clean and sleek. I'm not wearing that today. I'm just doing my Anastasia brow definer. That's what I use, but I do use the pomade a lot too. And this is the brush that I use when I use the pomade, and it's the 20 from Anastasia. I also have the Bobbi Brown eye smudge brush, and what I like to do with this is it's kind of like a pencil brush, but it's a little bit like softer. So I'll just like take a deep color and just put it there on my outer V, and then I'll take one of the blending brushes to blend it out. So this eye smudge brush from Bobbi Brown is really good as well. Another must-have for me is the MAC 208 brush. It is the liner brush to line your eyeliner, and I use what Jaclyn Hill uses. I use the Maybelline Eye Studio in Blackest Black, this one. And you want to make sure you dip the color in there. You take off the excess on the side so it's just on the tip, and go ahead and line your eye and do your wing or whatever. But this 208 is essential for a wing liner. And then really those are all the brushes that I have to share with you guys. There's also the MAC 219 brush, which is a pencil brush, and this one I use for the inner lids of my eyes and for the brow bone over here as well. So I would appreciate any comments. If this was helpful to you, please let me know. If you want any other videos from me, please just post comments below. I'm new here, so this is not the best lighting. It's not the best camera. I'm working on getting a new camera. I'm trying to research and get the best one that I could possibly find. And I really want to start a channel where I can, you know, do different looks and do different hauls. And I'm always buying makeup. I'm always trying new things. So hopefully you guys can subscribe and thumbs up if this video was helpful. And hopefully you guys can try out my brushes and you like them, and have a great day, okay? Thank you. Bye.